Good afternoon, everyone. So if everybody can come in front, so I think we would have, because I think industry is the one which is present predominantly here. So I think this we would make as I had a presentation in Miami last week. So the first opening session was a unplugged session, which was predominantly with all the industry present there. So I think industry is something which is quite helpful, and I think they have sometimes more answers than we have. As far as, so I see, industry representation from biosimilars here. So means the reason behind organizing this instruction course is that, if you look at last means 3-4 years, if you look at some of the leading molecules like abicipar, means I'm not sure if you are quite familiar with abicipar. Abicipar was a molecule from Allergan. So Allergan means it was quite a promising molecule with a kind of platform where it's like a thread. It's like a thread chain where you can add any kind of drug. So it means it was such a wonderful platform, and we were all hoping that that molecule would come and make real big difference. But unfortunately, if you look at the incidence of inflammation, was approximately 18%. So 18% nobody would tolerate, because you have molecules like ranibizumab, which has just set a standard to a different level altogether. Means so 18% was the immunogenicity, and although then FDA gave some instructions and company could identify it because there were a lot of E. coli material which was present, so they filtered E. coli material. In spite of filtering that E. coli material, means incidence of immunogenicity could not be brought down less than 8%. So 8% is too high. So unfortunately means that molecules became dead in spite of a wonderful molecule. So immunogenicity means plays a huge role as far as newer molecules are concerned. So that's what we are going to talk about here, that how immunogenicity has impacted the entire industry, anti-VEGF industry per se. And now means India leads in biosimilars. I was in Miami, so I had 3-4 sessions on biosimilars. So West has no idea. West is still skeptical. So it means we need to talk about this and probably take our experience to the global level, that how means we should be confident about these molecules and development process, and why the development process is curtailed down. So means we would talk about all those aspects. Even brolucizumab, if you see, I'll talk about brolucizumab, such a wonderful molecule, but means the kind of success that it could have had, it could not achieve. The kind of drying that you see, I will show you some of the examples, but immunogenicity has a role at this point. Gene therapy, entire gene therapy is on the back seat because of immunogenicity. So it's an important topic to talk about. So we'll start. Nilesh, very young guy, he was my student. He did DNB with we're both together. I learned a lot of things from him. So he as of now, he has established himself. He's doing private practice. I have learned so many concepts from him. So he's quite accomplished and established boy. And he would talk about that how I per se has a lot of it's a separate organ. Eye is a separate organ which is supposed to be immune privileged. But in spite of that, all these therapies which are intravitreal still faces challenge of immunogenicity. So he would talk about the basics, that what kind of immune